My bad. I get a chance to change that. Uh, Peace, everybody. And Kirk Franklin, you owe me a shirt. Round, we picked the fruit. And this is the people of our nations demanding, and we have turned this land to a holy ground. We picked the fruit that Satan presented. And because of that, our faith is diminished. But just because it is seen in the natural doesn't mean that it's factual. As a matter of fact, it's proof for me. Just look at the tool, catch the news. The media is practicing tactics to keep the masses cool. They're not reporting the facts as true. They're distracting you. I question if they're trying to tap into our fears and paranoias. Cause back to back, it is tragic news. If it's not about an outbreak and people contracting new deadly virus, it's about another cat that shoots up a club, up a bar, had them all out of school. Every other month, it's a terrorist attack or two. But when news cameras hit the scene, I see the same cast and crew from other tragedies. They bring the same crisis actors through. Can you blame me if I appear to be lyric? You can see it all for yourself. I'm not delirious. Clearly, they have something up their sleeves. They're not sincere, and I fear the masses will say it's a conspiracy theory and continue to bow down. Hey, it's like the evil is a demon set the law, so I will not bow. Oh no, wait. They tell me to pledge allegiance to their cause, but I will not bow. Oh no, no. Tell them I won't bow. I won't bow. Oh no, no. Tell them I won't bow. I won't bow. Oh no, no. Tell them I won't bow. I won't bow. Oh no, no. Yeah, I don't know if y'all heard Kirk Franklin got a song talking about the lion. Presidential candidates with ungodly attributes are forced on us, but they lie and tell us that we choose. Cancer's killing our people, and we contracted through the stuff we eat because they put GMOs and other crap in food. VH1 and MTV are used as a tool to push the gay agenda. They also impact the youth. With hip hop, they hire these feminine rappers to influence fatherless boys. They make them think that it's cool to act and dress like women. They set new fashion rules, and ETV tells little girls to do what the Kardashians do. They teach them to reject the beauty that is natural. To be attractive, you must get some butt and plastic boobs. I bet you had no clue that all this crap that you view makes you act the fool. The TV is the devil's trap for you. Unknowingly, you bow and submit to your master's rules. He makes you hang yourself. All he does is just pass the news. Hey, it's like the evil is a demon set the law, so I will not bow. Oh no, wait. They tell me to pledge allegiance to their cause, but I will not bow. Oh no, no. Tell them I won't bow. I won't bow. Oh no, no. Tell them I won't bow. I won't bow. Oh no, no. Tell them I won't bow. I won't bow. Oh no, no. Tell them I won't bow. I won't bow. Yo, I won't bow. I never bow. Marcus Luttrell with my vows. How I stand like an Eminem fan, going wild, or stand like bleachers with fans or even crowds. I stand for the Son of Man returning in the clouds with the heart of a warrior, glorious heaven's audience, heavenly cloud of witnesses, cheering me on victorious. Stick to the Father's business. Anything else is corniness. Unwavering devotion got them raging in their saltiness. I mean, let's talk these false narratives. Politics to politics, scholarships and colleges, pushing more godlessness, coming out the monitors, claiming to be woke without a Christ and a consciousness. Claiming you woke now, with your all-seeing eye getting poked out, and all your systems demonic. You must be on that chronic. I kneel before the King of Kings, returning as he promised. That's word. It's like the evil is a demon set the law, so I will not bow. Oh no, wait. They tell me to pledge allegiance to their cause, but I will not bow. Oh no, no. Tell them I won't bow. I won't bow. Oh no, no. Tell them I won't bow. I won't bow. Oh no, no. Tell them I won't bow. I won't bow. Oh no, no. Tell them I won't bow. I won't bow. The people of our nation's dominion, and we have turned this land to unholy ground. We picked the fruit that Satan presented, and because of that, our faith is diminished. But I won't bow. I won't bow. I won't bow.
Just give me a minute. I apologize, y'all. Oh, I really do, man. Because should have had this queued up. I'm actually had to, make a couple playlists. Because something that I know, you cannot give in and expect to be victorious.
Yeah. One thing I learned from Peter one time: never deny.
I ain't never seen a chant tap out and they like, yo, you the chant. No. You tap out, you lose. I ain't gonna never fool. I ain't gonna die. I ain't gonna fool.
Deny. When I confess, I put my neck on the line. I never deny. Yeah. I told you I would never fold, even in the cold. I never lose my hope back against the ropes. The sunflower from the concrete is where I rose. It's just perspective, ain't no location for highs and lows. I can't believe the lie no more, the truth is in my soul. Holy Spirit, hold my pen, I'm writing with a ghost. The war is on, my hands are up, I'm fighting on 10 toes. I ain't come this far, fight this hard to make myself known. And I can't switch sides no more, the focus in the road. And I'm trying to eat, my plate garnished with goals. I keep my faith day out and keep subscribing to the code. Through grace, I'm hanging in there like a closet full of clothes. It's nothing you can promise me to leave that light alone. It's honesty over me trying to be like these clothes. I can't turn my faculties over for their control. Them are those who want us dead or either on parole. Never know what rejection is until you've been opposed. Won't understand God's reflection till they fill you with holes. I share my views and get accused of me trying to impose. They push their views through schools and news shows. Persecute the youth with drug use and then powder their nose. Lies and fabricated truths, but how would we know? Unless the Father left us pools and saw the book of Poles to show the risk of all time is the lamb and not a goat.
One, just, I'm trying to tell you, man. Like, yo, I heard the boy Kirk Franklin. I don't know what's up with my man. Well, y'all, man, I don't know who, man, that is. Like, you know, in the hood where they be like, yo, get your man. Like, yo, when you say something real dumb, they be like, yo, get your man. Like, he said something about like Jay-Z, Nas, and Nicki, the lamb and the lion gonna bow down to the who? To the who? What? Yo, listen. My man Eshawn Burgundy just said the greatest of all time is a lamb and not a goat. Yo, somebody, but like, listen. All this stuff they out here saying, like, and purporting, like they just out here like running their mouth, like saying all types of wild stuff against the creator of the universe, man. Like, listen, now when a tornado comes through like a mountain range and tears some stuff up, and they sitting around looking around like, how did that happen? Well, you need to shut up. Like, straight like that. Like, people need to shut up, mind their P's and Q's, and have some reverence for the Father, man. Like, man, look, I'm so aggravated right now. Yo, people, well, sometimes I look at people, right? And the only thing I can do is sit back and be like,
how you gonna take our place doing everything that y'all told us not to do? You against everything. How you taking our place telling us that the Torah don't exist? The law's been nailed to the cross. Right. Boy, y'all going to hell for that. How you gonna take our place doing everything that y'all told us not to do? You against everything. How you taking our place telling us that the Torah don't exist? The law's been nailed to the cross. Right. In the footsteps of our forefathers. You know you're wrong. Unto the Lord, the Church of Christ, we don't want to go away. Teaching love. You know you're wrong.
Yeah, here they. Oh, you can't say nothing about Jewish people. You know, fun fact. Like, I'm gonna get into what I'm out here for. I'm gonna fix this later. Fun fact. I Googled. Not to Google tell you the truth, but I Googled. Like, what is the number of Jewish people in the world? And at most, there are almost 24 million Jewish people in the world. Now, not that I don't want Jewish people to be alive or be enslaved or mistreated or anything like that, but they numbered it at 24 million. I think it's like 6 billion people in the world. So I think they said that makes up like, well, really, it was because they got different accounts. They like, it's a certain part that recognizes Orthodox Judaism. It's a certain portion that that are Jewish people by birth and nationality, but they don't follow the religious aspect of it, or it's people that they practice it, but they're not actually birthed into it. What else? People that have that are married into it, but they don't practice, but their mate does. Like, it's all types of ways. Because like at one point it was like it was only like 14 million of them, and they said that that makes up, I believe that's the one that said it was like 2% of the population. But then I typed in how many Negroes are on the planet. They couldn't give me an answer. Kind of like when Father said, like, yo, if you can measure outer space and the depths of the sea, then I cast off Israel, because then you have an understanding of how vast Israel is. See to Abraham. He said, like, we'd be scattered all over the four corners of the earth. Now they're in like from what they say, they're in like 30 countries. Ain't no place you can't find Negroes. It's so bad that they said that they can't do a census by race. That's what they say on their Google. They said, man, we don't even know how to lie about it. My whole point in that is we can't say anything towards Jewish people, and they stand on the fact that they are Jewish people. This was the point I was getting to originally by stating that, because the brother was saying, how can you take our place doing everything that the Father told you not to do? Because I'm trying to figure out, they don't have a temple, yet they commit no sacrifices for sin, because that's be animal sacrifice. Blood of a man cries out to the Father from the earth. That's in Genesis, and I believe that might be in Jasher too. I believe that's in Jasher too. Book of Adam and Eve, I believe. Blood cries out from the ground. I know it's in the Bible. So they can't sacrifice a human as in accordance with remission of their sins. That makes the Father angry when innocent blood is shed. So they have no temple. They pray at the wall. So they say they pray at that wall. Am I correct? So they have no temple. They commit no animal sacrifices. And they don't believe that a Messiah has been here. So where's the atonement for their sin? If they're the people, we're going to skip over everything else that's documented that said that this would state who the Yahudians are. I'm going to try and add this up. See, because if they have no Messiah, they have no one to tell them, don't you know that your body is the temple of the living Elohim? They don't believe that. Because the man that said that is irrelevant to them. So they need a temple to observe animal sacrifices. They have no temple. And they don't commit animal sacrifices anywhere. They said that they haven't committed animal sacrifices since 70 AD. If they're the chosen people, we didn't have to. He came and fulfilled that part of the law. Said like, yo, I came to be the propitiation for y'all sins, right? So how are they the people? I mean, that's just a fun fact. Anybody can ask anybody Jewish, you know what I mean? When they out there talking all that weird stuff. Because I'm at the point where it's a stark realization that the world is against the Father, right? Because Kirk Franklin is an entertainment that's based in Jewish culture, because they're the ones that determine, unless you're an independent artist, what comes out, what type of music comes out, and what gets played. And then I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that if you're an entertainer, before you go to perform, you have to give a docket. Like, you know how like you on a trip and they be like, yo, this is the itinerary. Like, yo, you got to give a docket of the songs that you're going to do when you perform. So if they say, oh, well, I got a new song I want to do. All right, cool. We got to listen to it. Like, you're going to premiere it here. We got to listen to it. Because it might say like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody go strap a bomb to their face. You know what I mean? I don't know, whatever, like something wild, and they like, yo, we can't play that here. This is a church. Like, not that I'll go to church, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's not like people don't know what they're getting into when they allow people to perform songs at their venue. And I'm saying that because Kirk Franklin said, like, the lamb and the lion gonna bow down. And I don't know if anybody that ever watched this video gonna know a goat is a representation of Hasatan, Satan, the devil. He's a demon. The Baphomet is it has a goated. I'm trying to remember the goated face with the horns, goated feet, bat wings or something like that. Breasts, male genitalia. You know what I mean? Wicked. And that's who he said that the Father, beloved Son, is going to bow down to. That's what he said. Did the Father tell you don't have any other gods before us? And he's a Christian out there. He out there with that Christianese. You know what I mean? Talking about, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what he wants to promote. He said don't have no other gods. I believe that's first commandment. Have no other gods before me. Yeah. Okay, so that we can put Kurt Franklin over there with all of that Judaism, with the ideology and religion of that, because Christianity, human torso, yeah, um, whoever, yeah, got a human torso with female breasts and male genitalia. Yeah, uh, it's it's a wicked demonic entity in spirit, and that's not anything that anybody ever needs to look at as a source of power or a image to bow down to or worship. There's nothing in this universe to be worshipped but our Creator. Um, and it's our job to tell people, yeah, we have to put down all Satanism. We have to find Satanism and put it down and extinguish it, like uh, um, through our obedience. Like that's that's what will ultimately free our loved ones uh, and ourselves from the bonds of sin, hell, in the grave, man. Like, uh, when I think about it, 'cause I'm gonna get to everything, right? We were sent like, if you think about it, when Adam was kicked out of the garden, he left the angel. He left the angel out there with a flaming sword. Now, that may seem like, yeah, okay. He gave Israel his laws. He said that he would have two witnesses, and in the last days, and a flaming sword would come out of their mouth. I said he said he'd have two witnesses, and the flaming sword would come out of their mouth. Now he left the angel at the Garden of Eden. He gave us his word, and he said he'd have two witnesses, and when they spoke, a flaming sword would come out of their mouth. He gave us like the knowledge to understand his word. We're supposed to tell people what's right and exact. And when we do that, we speak in his word. Like, yo, when you pray for somebody, you heap hot coals on their head. I don't understand how I can't, like, how I gotta add this up. Like, yo, when we speak the word, it's like a flaming sword. Like his word, it make quick, make a lie, sharper than any two-edged sword, right? That's what he said, right? Okay. So we have to do our due diligence to guard his word, even if it costs us our life. So be it. That's why. Anyway, I ain't even want to talk about that, man. Man, I don't even know, but somebody need to pray for Kurt. I don't. I got to pass him off to somebody right now. Somebody got to pray for that man. Now I dealt with him, the Jewish people. Because right, this is where we're going with this. We are called a nation of priests. I'm going. Okay, I can start there. I can start there. That's a great place to start. I believe that's it might be Peter. I tell you, man, I'm terrible with addresses and stuff. Like I know what I know, and that's it. I don't claim no more, no more or no less. But hmm. I'm just looking up this scripture. We are a kingdom of priests. I mean, okay, I can take it right there. Well, I believe it's in Peter again. Uh, I believe so, but it says this is Exodus 19:6. Open up the Exodus 16, um, 17, 18, 19, 6. Okay. This says this Exodus 19:6. I'm gonna read Exodus 19 Exodus chapter 19, verse 1 to 12, just to be right and exact. In the third month, when the children of Israel were I apologize. Can we stop saying that he's the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but then calling ourselves Israelites? Jacob and Israel, just like my name has been changed. I'm not that other guy no more. I'm getting in tune with my spirit. I'm following after my spirit because my spirit is drawn to the Father. With that being said, like that old man is dead. I'm already resurrected the newness of life. Like, hey, how you doing? My name's Joe. Nice to meet you. Israel is the name of a man that's consecrated to the Father. He's separated to the Father. If you look at the Hebrew characters, yeah, he's separated unto the Father. Jacob wasn't. Israel was. So let's be sons of Israel and recognize him as such. Jacob was his old man. Like Israel was the one that we say that we are the progeny of, because they say he contended with God, right? I was looking at it, I was reading, I was looking at it. It was like, yo, there's another point that I had to make before I get to this, right? Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Like a word, another is like they don't tell you the definition equals this, but hallowed is like honor or to make holy or consecrate, anoint. That's another word for bless. Um, how can we bless the Lord? It's in Psalms. I believe it's like Psalm. I can't remember right off the top of my head right now. I'm not even going to look it up. Anybody can look it up. It's in Psalms where it's several Psalms that say, "Blessed be the name of Elohim Yahweh." Blessed be the name, right? Jacob wrestled with Abba or angel Abba. I believe it was Abba. And when they say he wrestled, it's like, yo, I don't believe it was like a physical thing, but it manifested itself physically in his body, right? Because if you look at it, they keep saying he, and it's like it's confusing in the story, but like I really believe Jacob was wrestling with him, and he said, I'm the father was the one that said, I'm not gonna let you go till you bless me, man. you gonna honor me, man. You gonna bless my name, man. I'm not gonna let you go nowhere, man. Yeah. You gonna honor me. And he contended with him all night. Like, He said, look at this dude right here, man. He still don't want to do what I want him to do, man. And he was like, yeah, bless your name. Yeah, man. Probably when he touched that hip. Wow. Oh, but you the best. You the thing. You the king. You the greatest. Man, it took you all that time. You tough. You tougher than everybody give you credit for, man. I'm gonna change your name to Israel, and I'm gonna make great people out of you. You know what I'm saying? Just like I said, just like I promised to your father. But you hard-headed and stiff-necked. Just like we done already found out that our people are hard-headed, stiff-necked. You know what I mean? Don't want to do right. Don't that sound like? So I'm saying all that to say, right? Understand that it was Israel's spirit that was in the presence of the Father, like as Jacob, and then he was given a new name, Israel, right? But in that transformation, that's where our lineage come from, because it was his spirit that contended with the Father. We being spiritual beings, we're supposed to have our spirits in tune with the Father and do what the Father says spiritually, because in that way we can follow him physically. And then when we follow him physically, we can be a light to the world, like with our spirit and our physical, because that's how he gave us to the world, to be a light to the world. So you can't physically be a light to the world if your spirit is in darkness. If your spirit is in light, but you're walking physically in darkness, you still can't be a light. You have to physically and spiritually change your personality in order to walk after the calling that the Father has given you if you're a child of Israel. It took me a long time, but I'm gonna get to this Genesis chapter 19, right? Oh, this is about being a priest, right? Said Israel. Okay. In the third month, when the children of Israel were going out of the land of Egypt, and the same day came the wilderness of Sinai. For they were departed from Rephidim and were come to the desert of Sinai and had pitched in the wilderness. And there Israel camped before the mount. And Moshe went up unto Elohim, and Yahweh called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel, Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and I bare you on eagle's wings and brought you unto myself. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth mine. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. And Moshe came and called for the elders of the people and laid before their faces all these words which Yahuwah commanded him. And all the people answered together and said, All that Yahuwah hath spoken we will do. And Moshe returned the words of the people unto Yahuwah. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever. And Moshe told the words of the people unto Yahuwah. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Go unto the people, and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their clothes, and be ready against the third day. For the third day Yahuwah will come down in sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai. And thou shalt set bounds unto the people round about, saying, Take heed to yourselves, up into the mountain, or touch the border of it. Whosoever touches the mount shall surely be put to death. Now, the whole purpose of me reading that was, And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and holy nation. Now, I was wrong. I was wrong because it is not Tamar that was assaulted and the whole town was murdered. That was Jacob's daughter, Dinah. Now, I was wrong. Okay. Um, I looked over it though. Facts was the same. The father, because I thought it was David's daughter Tamar. Uh, Father and daughter was wrong, but the facts remain the same. A man outside of the nation of Israel had his way with one of the daughters of Zion. Let me get that. Let me get that. This is, I believe, it's Exodus 32. Matter of fact, I know it's Exodus 32 because I've been looking at it. Oh no, I'm wrong again. Look at this. Oh, it's Genesis 32. Apologize. Oh no, it's actually Genesis 34. Um, I'm gonna have to read the whole chapter. And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob. Matter of fact, I'm gonna stop when I need to. And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her, he took her, and lay with her and defiled her. And his soul clave unto Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the damsel, and spake kindly unto the damsel. And Shechem spake unto his father Hamor, saying, get me this damsel to wife. And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah his daughter. Now his sons were with cattle in the field, and Jacob held his peace until they were come. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out unto Jacob to commune with him. And the sons of Jacob came out of the field when they heard, and the men were grieved, and they were very wroth, because he had wrought folly in Israel in lying with Jacob's daughter, which thing not ought be done. Which not ought to be done. And Hamor communed with them, saying, the soul of my son Shechem longeth for your daughter. I pray you give him to wife. And make ye marriages with us. Give your daughters unto us, and take our daughters unto you. And ye shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade ye therein, and get you possessions therein. He basically wanted Jacob to just be like, yo, bruh, I know, yeah, He did it, but like, listen, man, why don't you just let her stay over here? Man, you take a couple of our chicks, take a couple more of yours, right? You can get all this money over here. You see all this land out here, bro? You can have all this land for your daughter. How about it? Because look, it says, and ye shall dwell, pardon, verse 9, and make ye marriages with us, give your daughters unto us, we'll get a couple more of your chicks, and take our daughters unto you. You can have our daughters, man. We can have a party, man. And ye shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade ye therein, and get you possessions therein. Oh, you mean like kind of how like industries out here trying to pimp our daughters, right? I'm going somewhere with this, right? And Shechem said unto her father, unto her brethren, let me find grace in your eyes, and what ye shall say unto me, I will give. Ask me never so much dowry and gift. I will give according as ye shall say unto me, but give me the damsel to wife. And the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor his father deceitfully and said, because he had defiled Dinah, their sister. And they say unto them, we cannot do this thing to give our sister to one that is uncircumcised, for that a reproach unto us. But in this will we consent unto you, if ye will be as we, that every male of you be circumcised. You ever seen a baby boy circumcised? He be crying. You touch around the head. These is grown men. Verse 16, then we will give our daughters unto you, and we will take your daughters to us, and we will dwell with you, and we will become one people. But if ye will not hearken unto us to be circumcised, then will we take our daughter, and we will be gone. And their words pleased Hamor, and Shechem, Hamor's son. And the young man deferred not to do the thing because he had delight in Jacob's daughter, and he more honorable than all the house of his father. What type of wicked? He gonna take and he gonna take the girl and lay with her, right? Defile her and all that, right? And it says, and he more honorable than all the house of his father. Keep reading. And Hamor and Shechem, his son, came unto the gate of their city and communed with the men of their city, saying, these men peaceable with us. Therefore let them dwell in the land and trade therein. For the land, behold, large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us for wives, and let us give them our daughters. Only herein will the men consent unto us for to dwell with us, to be one people, if every male among us be circumcised, as they circumcised. Not their cattle and their substance, and every beast of theirs ours. Only let us consent unto them, and they will dwell with us. And unto Hamor and unto Shechem, his son, hearken all that went out of the gate of his city. And every male was circumcised, all that went out of the gate of his city. And it came to pass on the third day, when they were sore, that the two sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brethren, took each man his sword and came upon the city boldly and slew all the males. Now, wait a minute. I want to point a few things out. Did or did the Father not say that on the third day he was going to come down on that mountain and visit Moshe? Did or did the Father not raise Yahushua Hamashiach up after the third day? Didn't they go smite these dudes on the third day? But my point originally was, because I just saw that, my point originally was, who were the Levites? If you don't know, the Levites became the priests. They're like the Aaronic priests. Yeah, those were Levites. So you mean that the priest went out there and defended the honor of the woman? I got my little yeah. You know why? Because I got women in my life. We gotta stop treating our women like that. Like that's all they are. Man, how we gonna do that? Like how we just gonna be like, it don't matter. Treat them any old kind of way. We say we kings and priests, right? What king you know defile his queen? Who? The king will kill you if you mess with the queen. When John the Baptist was beheaded, you know why he was beheaded? Because the daughter of the queen entertained the king, and I mean, even though it's lascivious, right? He loved the queen. He loves her daughter. He was like, yo, anything you ask for, I'm going to give you. She was like, I want that boy head on the platter. And y'all going out here next month, going out here celebrating Thanksgiving, and they're going to bring y'all turkey on the platter with a big old hole in it. Like when you cut somebody's head off, like they beheaded John the Baptist. But that's why he did it. That was a request from the queen. So how you gonna say you a king? How you gonna say you a priest? If you're a priest, you would do what a priest do. First thing you would do is you would disseminate knowledge. That means you would spread out truth. Like all you would do is tell the truth, because that's knowledge. If you ain't telling the truth, please get a big bag or shut up. That's not how I really come out, but please get a big bag and shut up. Okay. A priest would disseminate knowledge, which is truth. Outside of disseminating knowledge and truth, they would protect their sisters. If somebody defiled their sister, they would have to go. Because, right, if you're not being a spiritual being and you take a daughter of Zion, you know, you're not in the camp. You might be a member of a camp, but you're not in the camp. You're not walking in the law, statutes, and commandments of the Father. So please stop promoting that rhetoric that we are allowed to go do whatever we want with women. Please stop that. And sisters, my believe that your worth is in the Most High, not no man on earth. When you believe that your worth is in the Most High, you will not allow a man to mistreat you. A man won't even be able to come around you to try and mistreat you. Like if he's going to try and mistreat you, like the Most High just going to move him away from you. I said that we're royal priesthood. There was something else up here because I have a lot of reading to do. Do I need to precept this? Oh, I knew it was a precept that I wanted to uh, because we all say that we preach, you know what I mean? We came, you know what I mean? He gave his word to us, and this is the part of it that nobody wants to talk about. This is the real uh, did you know Hosea married a hoe? Because the father told him so. Father told him so. Yeah, because he married us and we some whores. And we be whoring around with other gods, uh, other ideologies about like life and what creation is and what it ain't. Like this planet not alive. People going outside, dumping all types of toxic waste into this planet like this, like their father ain't created this planet, like it's not alive. But how you gonna get something dead out of something alive? Because trees is alive. All right, so stop that. All right. This is something. Okay. This is Hosea 4 and 6. From now on, when I hear people quote this verse, I would please ask them to quote it in its entirety. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, which is also truth. Because I can base that in the sense that if knowledge is not truth, you cannot say that you know something if you've been lied to about it. If I tell you I have on no pants, but you can only see this area of me. If you don't know, you cannot say that you have knowledge about it. You can only know if you know. And you can only know what the truth is. Now, if you see me stand up and I have pants on, you know I lied to you. If I stand up and you say I don't have pants on, well, then you know I told you the truth. But you can only know and apply knowledge based in truth. And I'm saying that to say maybe that was a bad analogy, but you have to realize that if I lie to you, you don't know. You don't have knowledge of the subject if I lie to you. So knowledge always has to be true. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, which is the truth, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. No man cometh to the Father but by me. That is what Hamashiach said. If you reject that, do you have knowledge? Okay. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, thy Elohim. I will also forget thy children. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. He said that we are a nation, a nation, a holy nation of priests. Is that what he said? He said if we're not going to accept his truth and his knowledge, he will reject us. Depart from me, ye workers of iniquity. When I really get into this book of Melchizedek, um, is that where it's at? I was saying about being a priest. Oh man, I apologize. I forgot my statement. Um, oh, um, Depart from me, workers of iniquity. Um, I still can't remember. I can go into and saying being rejected from the Father because of our sin. Now, our sin nature is all based in rejecting His truth, like not standing on what He say out of His mouth, what He has allowed us to read or have understood by our spirit. If we can't trust Him, we are rejecting Him and rejecting. Oh, He said, "Yo, didn't we do all of this in your name?" He said, "No, you didn't do none of that for me. You did that for your own gain." I believe that's in the Bible. He said, "No, you did all of that for you." Until we take accountability for our own actions, we cannot be a priest. And he said, like, yo, since we, man, this is the kicker in this verse right here. Thou hast forgotten the law of thy Elohim. It's in Genesis, I believe, where it said like, yo, love your neighbor as yourself. Told you the first time it was a neighbor, it was like a neighboring nation. So it ain't had to be nobody at the house of Israel. So first law is love, like, right? Right. Love the Father and love your neighbor. If we follow those principles, he say against such things there is no law. We said since we forgot that, he will forget our children. Have our children going through hardships in life? How many have been killed? How many are in a state of depravity? A state of depravity. They like their mind is just like. I mean, how many are drug addicts? How many? How many are like mean? How many shooters is out there? Like young people, our children. But that's our fault because we forgot the law of our Elohim. Remember when I said that Hosea? Right, this is still in Hosea. He said their drink is sour. They have committed whoredom continually. Her rulers shame do love. Give ye. The wind have bound her up in her wings, and they shall be ashamed because of their sacrifices. I didn't read that in context. I'm going to read this too out of context. Though thou Israel play the harlot, let not Judah offend, and come not unto Gilgal, neither go ye up to Bethaven, nor swear, Yahweh liveth. For Israel slideth back as a backsliding heifer. Now Yahweh will feed them as a lamb in a large place. Ephraim joined to idols, let him alone. I don't know if people know, like the Bible is the record of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. The Book of Mormon is the book of the 10 tribes, like Simeon, Reuben, Gad, uh, Issachar, Naphtali, Zebulon, Dan, Asher, Reuben. Did I get everybody? Joseph, Ephraim. Did I get everybody? I don't know. The fact remains that like Israel is very judgmental. He said, "Though thou Israel play the harlot, let not Judah offend, and come not ye up unto Gilgal." Like he like y'all don't even want them around. Y'all real judgmental because we forgot. No matter what other people do, it is our job to love them through their problems. You mean kind of how like the father said, like um, he wait for us. How many times could he have killed everybody on the planet? Every time you see a rainbow, he thinks about it. Every time you see a rainbow, you think a rainbow is so pretty, so beautiful. He said he hangs his bow in the sky to remind yourself that he said he'd never destroy the earth with water again. Just like I don't have none on this shirt, but fringes are not a fashion statement, or it's a it's an outward sign of a covenant. But when I wear fringes, the biblical reason for wearing fringes is that it reminds me that I'm in a covenant and not to sin against my father. So when I'm about to do something wrong, I should look down and see that I got these fringes on. And whether or not people see me in my fringes is irrelevant. When I have my fringes on there to remind me that I am in a covenant. That's why the Father puts his bow in the sky. So when we see a rainbow, we shouldn't be like, oh, it's beautiful. We should be like, thank you, Father, for reminding yourself that even in our wicked state, you're not going to destroy mankind with water again. But we forgot. We forgot that he loves us. We forgot that we're supposed to love him and love everybody else. We forgot that. Because if you're a holy man, if you're a priest, if you're a holy man, right, you're supposed to do what the Father say. We're a nation of that. So we cannot continue, number one, to dwell in untruth. Number two, defile our women. Because that's not true. That's right, not right and exact. They killed the whole town for one woman. Yeah, it was their little sister. And these were young men. And I know it's somewhere in the New Testament where he said in the last days on the young men, he will pour out, well, he said he'll pour out his spirit on all flesh. And young men will dream dreams and young women will see visions. So can we stop with trying to raise up our young men to offend and not defend our women? Now, I am going to read. I don't even think I have this printed out right, so I'm going to read it off my phone. This is the book, the first book of Adam and Eve, or also called The Conflict of Adam and Eve with Satan. This is the prologue. Present day controversy that rages around the office. I'm not even going. This is the prologue. I'm not even going to read. If you become interested in the prologue, you can let me know. Oh, and if anybody watches this video, can you please like it? If you watch it, can you please subscribe? Just help a brother out. The contents of this book is this first chapter. It speaks about the crystal sea. God commands Adam, expelled from Eden, to dwell in the cave of treasures. This is part of the lost books of the Bible, by the way. This isn't the book of Melchizedek. This isn't the book of Mormon. This is part of the lost books of Eden. That's where it's categorized at. I'm gonna read it, probably like 2-3 chapters of it, just so we can get some foundation. On the third day, Yahweh planted the garden in the east of the earth, on the border of the world eastward, beyond. This is just a side note before I continue reading this. I'm not quite exactly sure of excuse me, wherein lies the error. But this book, it speaks of things that are located in the Bible. And when I say like, you can see how things correlate to this book, but a lot of locale doesn't coincide with what the Bible say about where things are. And I do know that people have tampered with the Bible. So everything that they've touched, they've tampered with. So we all need to do our due diligence and find out where things are. Because I really honestly understand and believe that the Holy Land is over here in America. People don't want to believe that? Okay. All right, this is verse 1. On the third day, Yahweh planted the garden in the east of the earth, on the border of the world eastward, beyond which, towards the sun rising, one finds nothing but water that encompasses the whole world and reaches unto the borders of heaven. Huh? Wait, where? And to the north of the garden, yeah, you found out yourself. And to the north of the garden, there is a sea of wafer. Now, I don't know whether this is supposed to say a sea of water, but it says a sea of wafer. I don't know if you can see that. Sea of wafer, verse 2. And to the north of the garden, there is a sea of wafer. See, so I don't know if there are typographical errors on this ad or in the book, because I didn't have a hard copy. No, that is a typographical error because I got a different copy that I started to print from a different a different ad to print out. But like I said, like I messed it up when I printed it out. But it does sea of wafer water here. Okay, so and to the north of the garden there is a sea of water, clear and pure to the taste, like unto nothing else, so that through the clearness thereof one may look into the depths of the earth. And when a man washes himself in it, becomes clean of the cleanness thereof, and white of its whiteness, even if he were dark. And Yahuwah created that sea of his own good pleasure, for he knew what would come of the man he should make. So that after he left the garden, on account of his transgression, men should be born in the earth, from among whom righteous ones should die, whose souls God will raise, well, Yahuwah will raise at the last day, when they should return to their flesh, should bathe in the water of that sea, and of all them repent of their sins. Does that sound like baptism to you? But when Yahuwah made Adam go out of the garden, he did not place him on the border of it northward, lest he should draw near the sea of water, and he and Eve wash themselves in it, be cleansed from their sins, forget the transgression they had committed, and he no longer reminded of it the thought of their punishment. Then again, as to the southern side of the garden, Yahuwah was not pleased to let Adam dwell there, because when the wind blew from the north, it would bring him on that southern side the delicious smell of the trees of the garden. Wherefore Elohim did not put Adam there, lest he should smell the sweet smell of those trees, forget his transgression, and find consolation for what he had done, take delight in the smell of the trees, and be not cleansed from his transgression. So wait a minute, the Father want Adam to be cleansed from his transgression? He said, "Yo, I already know. I got the baptism pool waiting on you." Waiting. Again, also, because Yahuwah is merciful and of great pity, and governs all things in a way he alone knows. See, I can't remember. Brother Ayil was speaking on that today. I think it's in the sealed portion where he was saying, like, yo, we don't understand the Father and why and how he do things, so need not try. It was like, yo, he uses like the foolish thing. Even the Bible say he uses weak things to confound the mighty, foolish things to confound the wise, and weak things can confound the mighty. No, wait a minute, let me get that right. He uses weak things to confound the strong, and foolish things to confound the wise. Like, it's like, yo, I don't understand why. Because you're not the Father. So get a big bag. But shut up. He made our father Adam dwell in the western border of the garden, because on that side the earth is very broad. And Yahweh commanded him to dwell there in a cave in a rock, the cave of treasures below the garden. That's the only chapter I'm going to read of that. I'm going to go back to this book of Melchizedek, because I think the last time I was out here, I was on like chapter 3. Now, and I want to tell you, man, the book of Melchizedek is like the heaviest read on earth. Heavy joint, because it's like, yo, it like take a lot of energy, like, to even read it. Like, I'm getting tired knowing I'm getting ready to read it. Man. Like, man. Okay. This is chapter 3. When darkness was overcome on the third day, how many times is the third day going to be relevant? The Creator continued his work, bringing forth the immense continents that were still beneath the surface of the waters. With raised hands, he ordered, join the waters under the heavens in one place, and the dry portion appears. In prompt obedience, the crystalline waters gave their superior position to the dry portion that rose, overlapping them. In the lower regions of the earth, the waters would continue to reflect the heavenly glow, being a snack for thirsty creatures. In that gesture of humility, the waters foreshadowed the Creator, who in the great struggle had descended into the deepest abyss to make eternal life reborn in thirsty souls. Contemplating the face of that new world, the Eternal called that the dry part earth, and the gathering of the waters he called seas. In his powerful voice, he continued, ordering, produce the green grass, grass that gives seed, fruitful tree that bears fruit according to its species, whose seed is in it on the earth. In obedience to the divine command, the solid surface of the planet was covered with all kinds of vegetation, beautiful meadows to bloom, green fields crisscrossed by crystalline rivers, endless forests where leafy trees allowed to hang, tasty fruits of countless species. The earth was like a cloth where the Creator, by the power of his word, colored pictures of unparalleled beauty. You can go anywhere on the planet and like look and see like wow, this is really beautiful. While with admiration the host contemplated the beauties of that creation, they were surprised to recognize on the new planet the Garden of Eden, place of the divine throne, the Eternal, by the power of his word, had transferred him to the bosom of that special world. Wait a minute, let me reread that. The Eternal, by the power of his word, had transferred him to the bosom of that special world, where in justice the government of the universe would be confirmed. I can't remember where I was at. Like, it was because I read this. I was like, yo, we all think that we alone in this whole vast universe. That's what we think. That's what we believe. We want to be like, yo, we everything is about us. Everything is about Israel. How selfish to think everything is about you. How could everything be about you when he say like, yo, if you exalt your brother, I forgot. What did he say? We're not we are to exalt our brothers higher than ourselves. Like because when we exalt ourselves, we will be abased, and when we humble ourselves, we will be exalted. But we think it's all about us. You going to hell because you white, bruh. You don't see these fringes on my shirt? You white, bruh. I ain't ate pork in years, man. Like I follow the Sabbath, man. I mean, I got the calendar. I know what day it is, man. Like you going to hell? You going into slavery because you're Asian? You're not a child of the Father. You're not an Israelite. Yo, but hey sis, listen, you need to take them pants off and put on a head wrap and come here, girl. Let me talk to you for a minute. Yeah, I'm a priest, I'm a king. You see what I'm saying? Like we saying that all of these other people is wrong for what they do. didn't he say? He was like, yo, thou though Israel play the harlot, let not Judah offend. You don't want to let nobody live on nothing, but then it's like, yo, let's go wild out. If you at least if you're gonna wild out, be like, yo, man, y'all can go ahead and wild out, man. But that ain't right and exact. But he like, yo, y'all doing that. I already read Titus. I read Titus last time I was out here. Did I read that? I'm terrible with all this. I thought he was right here. I thought he was right here. I was wrong. Well, ain't this bad? No, he's right there. If any be blameless, the husband of one wife. Oh, well, let me say, for this cause I left thee in Crete, that thou shouldest set in order the things that are wanting, and ordain elders in every city, as I had appointed thee. If any be blameless, the husband of one wife. For this cause I left thee in Crete, that thou shouldest set in order the things that are wanting, and ordain elders in every city, as I had appointed thee. If any be blameless, the husband of one wife. It is the husband, but it's the husband of one wife. Having faithful children, not accused of riot or unruly, for a bishop must be blameless. As a steward of Yahuwah, didn't I say that earlier? Not self-willed, huh? Not selfish. Think it's all about them. Not soon angry, chill, love people, not given to wine. There's juice in this cup. No striker. Like, man, I'm doing my best. I told y'all pray for Kurt. I said I don't even want to see Kirk Franklin right now. Not giving the filthy lucre. I don't need none of that. Whether it's like wild out parties. When last time somebody can say they seen me at a party? There's so much stuff that you can't say. Like, it's things people say I did, but it's so much stuff that they can't say I did. But a lover of hospitality, a lover of good men, sober, just, holy, temperate, holding fast to the faithful word that has been taught. Huh? Ain't that what the Father? Huh? So if you can't say that I'm not out here saying what he's saying, huh? To the faithful word as he has been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. Again, for there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially those of the circumcision. So we already established that the circumcision is Israel, right? Because they was like, yo, we need y'all to be circumcised like us. So it's got to talk to Israel. Say judgment starts in the house of Israel, right? We can't be so high-minded to think everything is about us. We're supposed to have this planet, right? So the Father don't destroy everybody and everything on it. The Eternal, by the power of his word, had transferred him to the bosom of that special world wherein justice, the government of the universe, will be confirmed. On that spring day, the breeze gently caressed the green forest and the flowering meadows, flooding the atmosphere with a soft aroma and freshness. Contemplating his work, the creator happily exclaimed, "Behold, that's hay. Everything is very good." Exuberant, the planet fulfilled another day in its harmonious rotation. Excuse me. The faithful host could now better understand the importance of divine light. His absence had obfuscated. Let me look that up. Let me look that up. Uh, uh, it says render obscure, unclear, or unintelligible. Oh, oh. Or to bewilder. Okay, that means like make confused. You know what I mean? Oh wow, his absence had obfuscated on that night the beauties of Zion. So did it confuse the beauties of Zion, or did it made it like they didn't even matter because he wasn't there? So wherever the Father isn't, there's no point in being there. Okay. On that new day, the Creator would express His great power, giving the earth luminaries that will fill it with light and heat. Know ye, okay. Know ye not that He had a lot of the world. Okay. Those luminaries would remain forever as symbols of the spiritual presence of the eternal, which is the source of all light. Contemplating the dark and empty space that extended around the earth with a powerful voice ordered, "Let there be luminaries in the expansion of the heavens, so that there is a separation between day and night, be they by signs and for certain times, to days and years, and be for luminaries in the expansion of the heavens to light the earth." Immediately, the space became radiant due to the brightness of the sun and the reflection of planets and satellites. Before this demonstration of power, the faithful hosts knelt in reverent worship. On the fourth day, the Eternal created the worlds of our solar system not to be inhabited like the earth, but for the balance of the system. I'm not even going. Anyway, they also filled the sky with glare, softening the darkness of earthly nights. Turning his eyes to the ground, the hosts were glad to see her radiant in colors. Excuse me. Very close to it, that you could see the moon that, with its silver reflection, would scare away the deep night shadows. Wrapped up by that enchanting scenario, the children of light, rejoicing, greeted the dawn of the fifth day, which will be of many surprises. These are all heavenly beings that are watching this. This is nobody on earth. This is when our spirits was in the Shamayim. We was up there watching with all these other beings, watching the Father create. So he can show Satan like, yo, man, what you doing over there? What you doing over there, man? He was worried about darkness. That's what this is about. That's why all of this is being created. That's why we here. Because Hasatan wanted everybody to know about darkness and death. That's it. Um,
The people of our nation's dominion, and we have turned this land to unholy ground. We pick the fruit that Satan presented. And because of that, our faith is diminished. But just because it is seen in the natural doesn't mean that it's factual. As a matter of fact, it's proof for me. Just look at the tool, catch the news. The media is practicing tactics to keep the masses fooled. They're not reporting the facts, it's true. They're distracting you. I question if they're trying to tap into our fears and paranoias. Cause back to back, it is tragic news. If it's not about an outbreak and people contracting new deadly viruses, it's about another cat that shoots up a club, up a bar, had them all out of school. Every other month, it's a terrorist attack or two. But when news cameras hit the scene, I see the same cast and crew from other tragedies. They bring the same crisis actors through. Can you blame me if I appear to be leery? You can see it all for yourself. I'm not delirious. Clearly, they have something up their sleeve. They're not sincere, and I fear the masses will say it's a conspiracy theory and continue to bow down. Hey, it's like the evilest again. It's at the law, so I will not bow. Oh no, wait. They tell me to pledge allegiance to their cause, but I will not bow. Oh no, no. Tell them I won't bow. I won't bow. Oh no, no. Tell them I won't bow. I won't bow. Oh no, no. Tell them I won't bow. I won't bow. Oh no, no. Tell them I won't bow. I won't bow. Presidential candidates with ungodly attributes are forced on us, but they lie and tell us that we choose. Cancer's killing our people, and we contracted through the stuff we eat because they put GMOs and other crap in food. VH1 and MTV are used as a tool to push the gay agenda. They also impact the youth. With hip hop, they hire these feminine rappers to influence fatherless boys. They make.
I apologize. I was scrolling, trying to find some more music. Apologize. Oh man, I'm going to get back to my job. They also filled, this is about the planets. They also filled the sky with glare, softening the darkness of earthly nights. Turning his eyes to the ground, the host were glad to see her radiant in colors. Very close to it, you could see the moon that, with its silver reflection, would scare away the deep night shadows. Wrapped up by that enchanting scenario, the children of light, rejoicing, greeted the dawn of the fifth day, which would be of many surprises. The Eternal would turn the festive land by the presence of countless species of irrational animals that would inhabit the entire surface of the planet. That creation would have continuity on the sixth day. Raising the mighty hands, the Creator, looking first at the crystal clear waters, ordered, produce the abundantly reptilian waters of the living soul. Immediately, the waters became undulating. What is that? Okay. It says having a smooth rising in form, falling form or outline. Say like wind could cause grass to have undulating form. Immediately, the waters became undulating by the presence of countless species of reptiles that, happy and grateful, celebrated the existence in a continuous swim and jump. From microscopic beings to great whales, all appeared in complete harmony, reflecting in their nature the love of the Creator. Putting his eyes on the indigo atmosphere that rested on the green forest, the Eternal continued, birds fly over the face of the expansion of the heavens. Through his order, the heavens were filled with colorful birds that, flying in all directions, had their hearts a song of gratitude for life. This song filled the air, mixing with the perfume of flowering bushes. Contemplating with pleasure his earthly creatures, the Eternal blessed them by saying, fructify. I do believe that means like, I'm not going to say. Yeah, okay. Make something fruitful or productive. And multiply, and hence it, you're going to get all of this. This must be a typographical error here because there is no definition for this word. Okay. Probably hence hid the waters in the seas, and the birds multiply on the earth. Oh, hence did the waters and hence did fructify and multiply, and hence did the waters and in the seas, and the birds multiply on the earth. Rejoicing, the faithful hosts witnessed the dawn of the sixth day. And what would Yahweh create on that new day? This question ran in the minds of all rational beings. They were sure that something very special was about to happen. Raising the mighty arms, the eternal order produced the living soul, earth according to its species, cattle, reptiles, and wild beasts of the earth according to its species. His powerful voice was quickly heard, and in the woods and fields, the results of his creative power could be seen. Animals of all species woke up to a happy existence in the middle of a paradise of perfect peace. The land became extremely beautiful, which princess adorned to receive its king and Lord. Who would that special being be? Moving with majesty, the Eternal came down to the glories of the new world, heading to the Garden of Eden, place of the divine throne. The angels of the light accompanied him reverently, stopping like clouds over the skies of paradise. The entire universe watched with the entire universe watched with deep interest the development of the acts of the Creator in response to the accusations of his enemies. Who? He said, like, yo, he's the father, he's the enemy of those that hate him. The moment was decisive. Everything indicated that the Eternal would prove not to be tyrant or selfish, crowning someone on Mount Zion. Satan and his fathers did not doubt that the kingdom would be given to them and they would reign victorious in the bosom of that ancient abyss where darkness and light were now intertwined. The subject of the light shuddered at that perspective. Next to the source of the river of life, the Eternal knelt solemnly, and with the natural elements of the earth, didn't they say we got all of this in? Began to mold, and with much love, a special creature. After a few moments, the body, still lifeless, of the first man was extended before the Creator. The Eternal looked at him, and after stroking his cold, discolored face, he breathed into his nostril the breath of life, and the man began to live. As if waking up from a dream, the man opened his eyes and contemplated the sweet face of his Creator, who, smiling, kissed his face, now colorful and full of life. He was moved to hear the Eternal say in a soft and affectionate voice, "My son, my dear son. Because he was born on earth, the first man received the name of Adam. Taking him by the hand, the Eternal lifted him without perceiving the scene of glare that surrounded him. Adam, in a gesture of gratitude for existence, enveloped the Creator. Oh man, I'm not gonna finish all of this tonight. This is man. All of this reading, I'm on verse like 10. That's it. This is a heavy read. Without perceiving the scene of glare that surrounded him, Adam, in a gesture of gratitude for existence, enveloped the Creator in a tender embrace, prostrating himself in reverent worship. The faithful host who admired witnessed the great divine fulfillment. Excited at the human gesture, also prostrated themselves in reverent worship. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to remember I'm on the history of the universe. That's the book of Melchizedek, the history of the universe. That's chapter 10. That's chapter 3, verses 1 through 10. Again, we have to realize that we are all a part of the Father's plan to bring balance, harmony, peace, love, and joy to the entire universe. And we've been given the opportunity to live. So I'm going to say shalom and ask everyone to live in love. Okay? Pray for your enemies and pray for those that despitefully use you and persecute you for righteousness' sake. You know what I mean? Yeah, because for yours is the kingdom of the Shamayim. That's what Hamashiach said. So, in that, also, I'm going to ask our brothers to be kind to our sisters. And sisters, the greatest thing that you can do for a man is respect him. Me being a man, I know that. Like, yo, like, just like if we wouldn't cheat on you, if we love y'all wouldn't disrespect us if y'all loved us. Because nothing make a man want to leave more than a disrespectful woman. Nothing. She could be ugly. She could be fat. She could stink. She could have bad teeth, bad breath. She could be bony. She could be fat. She could, bad shape, bad feet, terrible hair. All of that is less offensive to a man than a disrespectful woman. It doesn't matter how beautiful you are. If you're disrespectful, anybody gonna want to deal with you. So while I'm telling my brothers to love y'all, I'm gonna ask y'all like, yo, respect the men that the Father put in y'all lives. No, we not perfect, but neither are y'all. So that way, we can bring our family units back together, right? And then he can be a bishop or a priest of one wife, not giving over under anger, not having riotous or unruly children, stay away from all of the evils that the Father asked us to stay away from, and be the good that He asked us and commanded us to be, so that we, as a nation of Israel, can take our place as the people of the book, the people that know the book, the people that teach the book to the whole world, so that the world can be illuminated in the sight of the Father, and we might be blessed. How about that? And if you want to see what happened for all of us, if we're going to be obedient, read Deuteronomy chapter 28, verses 1 to 14. And with that, I say shalom.